the flaring on the. We Rick flaring on the. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on the flaring on the. Yeah, we Rick flaring on the flaring on. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on the flaring on the. We Rick flaring on the flaring on the. Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on the flaring on the. We Rick flaring on the flaring. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, Black Sun, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on the flaring on the. We Rick flaring on the. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on the flaring on the. We Rick flaring on the flaring on the.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring on them, Rick flaring on them.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered a leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? You already know what it is. This boy Scotty back with another one. Listen, I can't even, we got to get right into the show because, you know, one of the co-hosts got a mass meeting to attend. So we can't linger out too long. So please give it up for my co-host, my brother BJ and Zoe Phillips.
Why you got shit like that? Like Zoe Phillips.
What's good? What's good, Zoe?
What's happening?
Hey, BJ, you muted. There you go.
Y'all doing all right over there, Zoe?
Yeah, we good.
How you good, huh? You good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know, all right. You know,
The mass meetings, boy. I'm telling you, boy. Y'all.
I mean, we good.
This must be like y'all consoling each other.
No, there's no
creating some new narratives.
No, there's no narrative to create. I mean, look, we played a game, we lost. I mean, 3/4 of the conference gonna do it tomorrow.
Wait. Hold on.
And we're gonna win this game convincingly.
That's what you said.
I did.
This will not be a fluke victory. We're gonna win this game convincingly, and we will show that we're the better team. Point blank period.
With a lie detector determined that was a lie.
Tell him, Maury. Convincingly. Good. Listen, now, maybe I don't understand the word convincingly, but that means you're on the other side of the win column. You know, you're just like you in the Rutgers and Howard. You know what I'm saying? 44-7. You in that realm. Convincingly. Not on the losing end of a game.
I projected that we would win and we lost. But hey, week 1 of a brand new season, and last time I checked, I didn't predict us to go undefeated as well.
Oh, but you did predict that they was gonna beat you. You've been saying that for the past 3 months.
No, I predicted that we would win the game, and I was wrong.
How many times? How many times must you be wrong?
I mean,
when everybody else around you is trying to give you the.
Well, hold on. In the past 3 years, I think my win percentage is pretty damn good. You want to know how I can say that? Yes.
If you take the Dion years out, that he was just running the table with everybody.
Let me tell you what an old person told me about if your uncle had if your auntie had a pecker, she'd be your uncle. We don't do the ifs. I can't exclude Deion Sanders from Jackson State. So I'm gonna say it again. The past 3 years, what's Jackson State win-loss record?
I know you've been 0-2 in the Celebration Bowl picks.
Okay, then.
I know you've been 0-2 in those.
That's fine. But when you finish with the 0-2 in Celebration Bowl, go ahead and run me what the total record was the whole time from then to now.
You lost the Orange Blossom Classic. I know you pick y'all to win that. You lost homecoming to Bama State. I know you pick yourself to win that. I know you pick yourself to win Alcorn. You know what? I love to win ULM.
You have still yet to answer my question. Now go ahead and give me what our record was.
I mean, it's pretty good, but when we break it down, we go like this half of it and then that half of it. We look at that second half of it.
I didn't say that.
It's real close to 500-ish.
No, it's not.
You're real close to 500.
Hold on. You say close to 500? Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see. 12.
Because you 7-5 in your last 12 ball games. And I know you probably picked you to win all 12 of them.
Hold on. So 12, 13, and 7. 12, 13, and 7. Come on. Go. I'm good at my math. 12, 13, and 7. And the losses is what? 2, 2, and 4. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. I'm not giving you that. I'm not giving you the Dion years.
One thing I can say about you, though, you say what you say, but then you stand by it. Because there's a lot of people that say what they say about their team and it don't happen, and then you got to put their ass on the milk carton. You know, you got to go and put out an APB on them.
They do be done.
I ain't calling no names, but I got something to say.
I was trying to get him on the show tonight. I really
that's not happening. That's not happening. Now you talking about somebody who might need a mass meeting. Hey, why don't y'all do this though? Ask help your fellow brethren, the Mississippi brethren. They need them a mass meeting.
You know
because what? They ain't got no quarterback. They ain't got no quarterback. And usually when Alcorn don't have a quarterback, at least they have a running back to bail them out. They don't even have that.
BJ, don't Mississippi have like a mass choir? Like they should just come together, just like a Mississippi mass choir, and just y'all be together.
Well, I'm glad you missed the mass choir because you know what one of the biggest songs is titled, right? I'm not tired.
I'm not tired yet.
Mm-hmm. I'm not tired yet. That's just one game.
You're gonna be tired.
The biggest part of that is the biggest part of that is the yet. Don't forget that part. That's the key word in it.
He said, man, I ain't never done.
What up, G? I know. What's so crazy is we already know that AJ. We already know that AJ. We know it's G.
You know that AJ. Oh, you know that AJ.
It's G.
That's G. Hey, listen, not who be ducking is Jay.
Yeah,
JB,
Jay.
he just conveniently, oh, my job, I ain't got the time. Oh,
Yeah.
when the Dooley drama was going on, couldn't find him. Couldn't find him.
Man.
But when Dooley got hired, he all in the pictures. He in all the videos.
No,
he
all
in
of
everything.
them. I will tell you this. This is something I learned about being with HBCU football. Is that everybody has that group of fans, right? That will just say anything. Like, I don't know if they're trying to like sell the lie to you or sell the lie to themselves. Scotty, you've been around for what? This your fourth head coach of Southern since you've been around this past. Okay. I remember when we had Jason Rollins and I had cats trying to convince me that he was better than Odoms. That, you know, man, we coaching now, man. We doing this now and blah 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 now. And it's like 5 games in, they wanted to run his ass out of there. Then Dooley, man, we're gonna be able to put up some points, man. And he got this and blah 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 and this. And then Bashan McCray happened, and it's like, man, his ass gotta go. And then now it's the same thing. One thing that you found me this offseason is keeping my mouth shut, closed.
Yeah. You said you got no expectations. None whatsoever.
I don't have no expectations.
That's fair. All right, let's get into these FBS recaps. Now, out of all these games, guys, and all of them are losses, who impressed you the most? Now, I don't know if you guys saw, I don't know how many games you saw, Zoe. I know BJ saw a majority of them. But out of all these games, who impressed you the most? I'm going to start with you, BJ.
Probably between A&T. A&T was in that ball game 17-13 at the half. They were right there. They impressed me. Howard is going to be a problem again. They impressed me. That defensive line is for real. Now, one thing I don't understand about Howard is Larry Scott went and recruited the same quarterback twice. I don't understand it. He got rid of Q Will, which a lot of people was like happy that Quincy Williams, that Q Will was gone, and he went and got another Q Will. Like the same problems that Q Will has, the kid had last night has. I don't understand that one. And I'm gonna be real with you. Jackson State, yes, they lost 30-14, but I saw some things with Jackson State that I liked, right? The kid from Creekside, from here in Atlanta, freshman running back, he's nice. He's gonna be a problem. I've always thought that Miller was your better back. I know that Irv Mulligan gets the newspaper clippings, but your best back is Miller. Those receivers, not really sure about.
They're not it.
Not really sure about. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm starting now question TC Taylor as a play caller. It is not, and it ain't just about last night. I can go to the Alcorn game. I can go to a few games last year. I'm starting to question him as a play caller. When things get tight, so does he. If he can get up on you, he kind of lets it go, he lets it fly. But when things gets tight, i.e. Alabama State last year, homecoming, you outgain them, but you lose. And the play calling really towards the middle of the game didn't benefit you at all. So I'm starting to question him as a play caller. But I think Jackson State overall, they did well. They got some pieces, man. They got some pieces.
What you guys know?
For me, just being transparent, when we had the delay, I actually sat there and I watched the A&T game. And I was impressed. I know the score got away from them in the second half. I didn't see the second half, but I watched a good group of the first half, and they looked like they belong. And I saw some things from their old line stood out to me in that first half, and the way they ran the ball stood out to me. They have a good 1-2 punch at running back. And the quarterback didn't look like the ceiling was too big for him. Now, again, I didn't see the second half. I only saw the score from the Alcorn game. I didn't see anything, game-wise, because, we actually even kicked off. Now, when it comes to us, there are some things that we've shown yesterday. Now, our wide receiver room, I'll even tell you, is nice. If you actually go look at the game from last night, we didn't take too many shots, but on both drive on both scores that we actually got, we stretched the defense vertically, and we were actually 4 for 4 on those completions. Jonas Fortillion, which I've told everybody last year is going to be one of the best receivers in the SWAC. Started this game. That's what called the one-hand touchdown that we got. We went 7-0. Big body kid. That's the one I call SWAC TO. 6'5", about 215, and he's really, really nice with it. Now, again, you didn't see much of him because we didn't go to him again after that particular touchdown play. Well, no. I'm lying. We went to him one more time, but it was a short throw. The only thing I'll say about last night was just the ability of why we didn't continue to stretch the field vertically. I feel like we had some success. We went away from it. When it came to Ahmad, I'm a Ahmad Miller fan. I like our running back room. Our running back room is deep, and I've said that. Travis Terrell is nice. I think just me, I feel like Ahmad should, in the flow of the game and the way it was going, I feel like Ahmad probably should have got some more carries, some more touches than what he got. But Travis does have big play capability. The one thing that stood out to me was the O-line play last night. O-line played well. We gave Jacobian time to throw. And running line, we did good on run blocking as well. We just, I think for us, we just did the same type of runs. Instead of having a good variety, supposed to, running, whether we're just going straight up between the guard and center, I think we should have probably had some more things to actually go outside. They were a fast defense, but I love the way our tight end played really, really good. Jacobian had a good game underneath, considering stats wise it was pretty good, but I still feel like even though we had 28 attempts, I think the number of attempts were good. I just feel like we should have took
bigger shots, more shots.
Instead of 5 or 6 more shots downfield, because we had success with it. But again, and the stats kind of show to it too. They really got us on time of possession. And that goes, and again, I feel like our greatest error last night was we couldn't tackle. We didn't tackle well at all the whole entire game. And they showed that we couldn't get off the field on third down because they sustained drives literally running the ball. Booty didn't really show me anything. Even from a passing standpoint, I think he only had like 11 attempts. But again, that speaks to what they were doing on the ground. Both running backs were good. We saw some things, but again, I know we have Lane coming up, and I'm really actually glad to have that game, not just in a sense of saying you got a cupcake, but just something to shore up something in regards to being better on defense, just tackling. We got to be better at tackling. I don't care who we play or what we do. If we can't tackle well, I think we played on the line of scrimmage. I think we played okay. We played enough, and I feel like we did enough to keep us in the game, but actually win the game. That last touchdown was a late one that they got to make the score look the way it was. But being that, we're talking about basically a 21-14 game at the top of the fourth, we still had a chance to win. But we just got away from what I feel like will be our greatest avenue to have success. But to answer the question, what stood out to me, like, again, taking us away because I'm there, I would say A&T, but I have to discredit myself because, again, I didn't watch any of the other games. I didn't see any of the teams to really comment on them.
I have to listen. I tweeted after the first quarter, and I tweeted I said, North Carolina A&T fans, yes, I'm watching the game. North Carolina A&T fans, yes, you guys look good, and please stop at me, right? Like, it's just like everyone's like, you see us. You got to give credit where credit is due. North Carolina A&T their defensive front was stout. That Wake Forest running back is special. And I mean, he's really special, but that they did really, really well in the first half. Got to give them credit. Kevin White looked good. I got to give credit to David Marsh. That is not what he ran at Texas Southern. It just not. I've watched enough Texas Southern games to know that is not what they ran. The next game to me has to be Howard. I love what I saw defensively in the first quarter. They were flying around, hitting everything that moved. Kenny Gallup looked like Bob Sanders reincarnated. It was a good look for him defensively, but as anything, you wear a team down, you get enough big plays, it kind of goes their way. Now with Jackson State, this is my thing. And watching the game was always in the balance, right? Like, the thing that I had a problem with, my biggest pet peeve of the whole game was TC Taylor in the fourth quarter. It felt like he gave up. It felt like he just was like, hey, let's just get out of here and go and lick our wounds or whatever, or hey, let's focus on the next game. This ain't once a game, it's not a conference game or anything like that. That to me was the biggest indictment on the whole game. The game was competitive all game, 14-14, 21-14, 24-14. You're down by 10 with 7 minutes to go, and you're running plays like you're in the third quarter. It did not make sense to me. I'm like, why are you running the ball? Why are you not pushing the ball down the field? Why are you not taking shots down the field? That is the biggest indictment of the whole game, is seeing what TC Taylor did at the end of the game that really made me question a lot of what was going on in the process. I think, if I'm being honest, the most special unit on your team is the running back room. And if that's the case, you have to find ways to get Zero and Ahmad Miller on the field at the same time. You just have to. If it's using Zero as like a Warren Newman style with jet sweeps and wheel routes and drag routes, like just keep him on the field because he's too explosive. He just is. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. The 6'5" kid, it was a hell of an adjustment by him. That was a horrible ball by Jacoby and Morgan. And any reasonable DB in the SWAC is picking that off. That kid was ass, because that should have been a pick. It's a great adjustment by the 6'5" kid. Got to give him credit. He played the DB was in perfect position to make the pick. He cuts in front of him. He makes the grab one-handed, stuff like that. Got to give credit. And I think the last but not least for me in this game, on the Jack State game, is Landy. That is a big boy, okay? Like, you making business decisions deciding to tackle that Bama. Like, and the thing that makes it so weird about him is, like, when you see him, you're like, he can't beat me. And then next thing you know, the Bama's running down the field 20 yards, catching a bomb, and he's rolling. So, I mean, I don't think he's like first team all SWAC, you know what I'm saying? But I think he's a valuable asset to what you guys do offensively. So I think that what I would take away from it is I like your defensive coordinator. I love him. From what you were last year to what you are now, I like that he committed to stopping the run. I like to see the run blitzes. I like seeing people on the line of scrimmage. I like him committing to stopping the run. And last year, you guys will be in some 3-down linemen on 3rd and 6. I'm like, what the fuck are they on? Why they got 3-down linemen on 3rd and 6? Right? Like, that's the stuff I saw. That's the stuff I didn't see in this game. So shout out to Quinn for that. Now, just some quick breakdowns of the game. Alcorn scored 3 points. UAB scored 41. Tyler Macon, Draco Mako went 3 of 7 for 4 yards and an interception. If that is not atrocious, I don't know what is. And let me tell you, it wasn't even no reason to put the running backs in that joker, because they all was like 10 yards, 15 yards, 11 yards. What's up, Zo?
Is that the quarterback that they coach compared to Shador?
Who did that? Who did that? Who did that?
Who did that and why?
Who did that?
The head coach.
Because I want that Bama drug tested today.
Today?
The head coach.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way he said that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
When he said that? When did he do that? When he did that SWAC media day or something?
He did that. He did that with what they call it, the shiny helmet, whatever they show called the golden helm.
He said,
"Oh, he look at G."
He came in. He said, "No, sir."
There you go, G. There you go, G.
Look,
get him off your boy.
But yeah, it was a rough outing. And listen, I've been listen. I
only compare one of them.
I have been saying it for 2 years. I've been saying it for 2 years. Draco Mako is not it. He can't hit the broadside of a barn. His accuracy is not good. He's a runner. He doesn't have great anticipation. It's just literally like it's like one of those kids you put in Pop Warner who's just the best athlete, and you're like, hey, go do something for me. He's not a quarterback. He's just not. Now I like. Well, go ahead. Zo.
No, I'm asking you because I didn't see the game. I'm asking what happened. Why he only had 7 attempts? Was he pulled? Did he get hurt? What?
They swapped them out with Vaughn. They swapped them out with a couple quarterbacks. I think Vaughn. I like the kid
They
Vaughn.
play like 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, they swapped them out. Yeah, they swapped them out with a couple guys. I like the kid Vaughn though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like the he's like 6'3", 6. That Bama long and lanky, no diddy, right? And just as quick. Just as quick, put his foot in the ground, can get upfield, has a better throwing motion than Tyler Draco, okay. Whatever, making whatever. So, and I'll say this about the Alcorn defense. It looked good in the first quarter. They were flying around, they were hitting Bamas, they was doing everything they can, but it just UAB just had their number in this game. I know BJ talked about they didn't even have a running back that was comparable of doing anything as well. So moving on. Here's some stats from the Howard and Rutgers game. Deshaun Scroggins, that's the Q-Wheel replacement, 14 to 25, 116 yards, and 1 interception. He had 12 carries for 67 yards. Very mobile guy. Eden James went for 8 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. And Rutgers did what Rutgers does and towed them boys up one side, the other, and down. Now, here we go. Jacoby Morgan, 23 to 28, 228 touchdown and interception. Ahmad Middle, 9 carries, 46 yards. General Booty, 10 to 14, 104 yards and a touchdown. Ahmad Hardy. Is that part of the no 3-stars that they didn't have? I mean, I'm just asking that. Is that part of the no 3-star player? Is he had stars or no stars? Or?
I'm unsure.
Advantage for the FCS opponent. Right. And again, we have the better roster.
Well, the lie detector determined that was a lie.
5 players or 6 players that we wanted that they got doesn't equate to us being weakened on our end. Just look at man to man. We have 46 3-star players on this roster. They don't. We have
40. You got 46 of them, so
right.
Man, they didn't come in handy last night.
4 stars as well. Our roster, man to man, is better than theirs. That's not my opinion. That's fact.
Well, the lie detector determined that was a lie.
Losing the game doesn't prove that, though.
What?
Losing the game doesn't prove that.
So you saying that coaching was the difference?
I can say that being that it was a first game, anything can happen in the first game.
Oh my God! You and the flippity flopping of the opinion is crazy.
I haven't flipped anything. I just sit there and said we didn't tackle well, and we're
going to win this game convincingly.
This doesn't sound like somebody who just said, "Hey, it's a first game. Anything can happen." You, sir,
we will win this game. We're going to win this game convincingly. This will not be a fluke victory. We're going to win this game convincingly, and we will show that we're the better team.
Come on, bro. That's not the same as you just saying, "Hey, it's a first game. Anything can happen." You didn't say that.
It's not the same thing because it's 24 hours later and we lost.
All I'm saying, if y'all roster better and you lost 30 to 14, that must mean that coaching made the difference.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I know you don't want to call your boy out, and I wouldn't want to call my boy out either. But.
No, I beg to differ. But again, losing the game doesn't equate to saying that we don't have a better roster either.
So what was the difference then?
The difference is we couldn't tackle.
A better roster tackles. Am I? If you're so like that, just makes
that's part of being the better roster.
I'm confused.
It's a key part of tackle football. It's tackling. It's in the name.
I mean, look, I'm telling you, you asked me why we lost. I'm telling you why I believe, in my opinion, that we lost.
It's like having a Chick-fil-A with no chicken. We the better restaurant. We just didn't have no chicken.
We just didn't have no chicken today. But you're Chick-fil-A. Yeah, but today we just didn't have it.
Hey, man, Popeyes is better chicken than Chick-fil-A, and y'all know Popeye run out of chicken a lot of times, too.
Boy, man. Boy, you...
I mean, I'm right here.
I wonder what do y'all be doing? What do y'all be doing over there in the mass meets? Y'all be lighting candles.
I'm right here.
Boy, you be
All
scared.
you say
Look,
with
I'm gonna say this.
me.
See, the thing
Let
is, this
clatter
this
by
loss.
the
The thing
moody.
is, this loss isn't to me what I guess y'all would think it would be to me or Jacksonians. Look, it's a tough loss. I mean, again, I had the expectation to win. I thought we would win, and we didn't. But I took some things because, again, at the end of the day, it's still an FBS opponent. We came up short, but I saw some things that could get me to get my head up and get me prepared for not just Lane, but the third game, which is coming in the first part of September.
Now, me personally, if I knew I had the better team and better roster, I would be pretty upset that I lost the game. That's just me personally. If I felt in my heart of hearts,
I don't like losing, but at the end of the day, everything, because again, I stated, and it still stand by it. I said the worst that we will be is 10-2, and that can still stare me square in the face. I never said that we was going undefeated. I said at worst we'll probably be 10-2. Now, granted,
at worst we're going to be 10-2.
Yes, sir.
So, how much money you want to put on that? Because that what you just said was bullshit.
No, it wasn't.
Because you was going to bet 50 last night. You was betting 50 on Wednesday.
We could bet 50 right now.
I'll take that 50. I take that 50. You said 10-2?
Let's roll.
I'm taking it.
So hold on. Let me do a like auction. So I got $100 going once, going twice. Done. We got $100 bet with both of y'all.
Okay, that's cool. I'll take that money. I happily take that money, and I'm.
Hold on. So just as happy as you're gonna take it, I want you to be just as happy when you're giving it to me.
Because you already 0-1.
Okay.
So that literally
means
means
you can't lose number one more for the rest of the way.
You only can lose one.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to go to the hole. And
What's
you got to go out. You got to go to Bethune. You got to go to the hole.
You could just say I got to go to Daytona.
Damn, you barely beat them in the event last year.
Hold on. Hold on. Tell me the time you saw barely beating the newspaper. It got a W and L in the column.
Let me tell you. Tell me the time where convincingly ended up in a loss.
I said we lost. I didn't backtrack from it. I said we lost.
When's the last time somebody said I was going to convincingly do something and it didn't happen?
I mean, but again,
yesterday.
Hold on. Let me help you out. Yesterday, I said we would convincingly win. Today, I'm standing in front of you saying that we lost.
You didn't have no choice to say, but you lost. I'm saying we saw that with our whole July.
Hold on. What I'm saying is we lost. I don't give excuses. I'm telling you why we lost. We didn't tackle well. We still had a chance to win late in the game. We were in the game to win. We had a chance to win. It came up short. We lost. See again. Well, hold on. It's not like go put them score back up there. We didn't give an all-point performance. We didn't give that. Now you may say the opponent.
That was not the same.
Gotta play the same opponent.
If you would have played Rutgers, you would have got Molly Wop too.
Hold on, before you go there. Look, I saw you coming a mile away. I know you're gonna sit there and say, "Well, it's ULM is not the same level opponent." But the point that I'm getting at
is that it was a Mississippi JUCO. Let's not forget that.
I never said it was a Mississippi JUCO. I said they have. No, I said no, I did not. I said their roster is halfway made of Mississippi JUCOs, is what I said. And that's a fact. I said their roster. Their roster, half of their roster is from Mississippi JUCOs, is what I stated. Am I lying?
You said it's a Mississippi JUCO. That's exactly what you said. But I'm gonna find a clip. It's fine. It's okay. If you would have played Wake Forest, you would have got Molly Whopped. If you would have played UAB, you would have got Molly Whopped. So ULM is. I can. Just like I said, you was gonna lose to ULM. I can say that.
I mean, but you ain't gonna say nothing. But that's not. You saying that you gonna say that regardless.
ULM is preseason predicted the 134th FBS program.
I mean, that's fine. Well, hold on. Now you say that who in the SWAC gonna beat them?
Hell, somebody gonna play them.
If you,
I mean, I'm just saying, if you play them that well, then that means that there's somebody in the SWAC that can't beat them.
Really?
Okay. If we being honest if we being honest, you should have beaten them last night.
I
just
agree.
like you should have beat them 2 years ago.
I agree. I agree.
Okay. That convincingly went out the window real quick. Let's get about these Saturday matchups.
Hold on. Before y'all go, I do have a request though. I want all my hundreds and ones.
What you gonna go to Magic City or something?
Get some lemon pepper wings, like a lemon pepper Lou.
I don't even
You
have
wanna
to
go to the
worry.
shoe show? I can get you to the shoe show.
I don't have to worry about you.
Our
What?
local shoe modeling establishments.
Or you might lose 3 games before the middle of the season. Like I'm not even like. What are we talking about right now?
But my $100 is safe as hell.
No, it ain't.
I'm so confident. I ain't even have to ask the wife to make the bet. Like I'm just like, hey, man, we good. We straight.
Well, hold on. You feel good right now? Come holiday me in November.
I was good at the ULM. I already knew I was.
Hey, hold on, Scotty, hold on. So I got 100. Go and add that boy Lauren right there to the pot. So it's 150.
Who?
Where
Where we at?
Lauren
Where he
here at 150.
Lauren? Where you at?
Yeah, he right there. He said Zoe Phillips. He said he won the bet.
150.
I don't see it.
So clip that too. This is gonna be the receipt. 150.
What's his name?
Lauren. 150.
Lauren. Oh, okay. I got you. Let Lauren. This one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, got you. All right, Lauren. We holding you accountable. So we'll make sure you get your money. We will make sure you get your money. Let's talk about these Saturday matchups. Let me ask you guys this. 1, what team are you most excited to see in the matchup? And then 2, for what team are you like, not really, hey, if it happens, it happens.
I think the best matchup, the matchup I'm looking forward to seeing is FAMU and South Carolina State. I want to see how far South Carolina State has come. I don't expect for South Carolina State to beat FAMU. But I do want to see how different does South Carolina State look from a year ago. And then also I want to see Morgan State and Hampton. Morgan State can play defense with anybody.
Facts.
If they can get a piece of an offense, they don't even have to have an all-world offense. If they can get the offense that Alabama State had last year, that type of production, they're downright scary with the type of defense they play. So I want to see, do they look better offensively than they did last year? And of course, I want to see what Southern does against McNeese.
What you guys know?
For me, off the rip, it's going to be South Carolina State and FAMU for different reasons. I like the hire Chinisberry at coach there. I think there's going to be an easy transition, being that he was already in the state of South Carolina, to go from Benedict over to South Carolina State, being acclimated to recruiting in the state. And again, South Carolina State as a program, even when they aren't good, they're always going to have a stout defense. That's their calling card. And so you expect that even going into this game. I have a feeling that South Carolina State, depending on how Phoenix, does, has a really good chance at possibly eking out a W in this game. The only thing that gives me cause to pause on that is the fact that FAMU already has a game under their belts before South Carolina State does. But we know that South Carolina State is going to run the ball because that's Chinisberry's calling card. And so we saw the way that FAMU looked last week as well. And so I just want to see the juxtaposition of that between South Carolina State and FAMU. But, man, outside of that, naturally, I kind of want to go between Texas Southern and Prairie View. But believe it or not, man, I really want to see McNeese and Southern. Southern, I know for the most part, a lot of people may think they aren't going to be good. But the one thing that Southern, whether they have a good team or not a good team, Southern always has talent. And granted, you pretty much have the coaching staff intact. You're just replacing the head coach. But the one thing about this particular head coach, even with his inexperience as a head coach, is the players play for him. And so just to get an idea of what that's going to look like, because, again, they do have talent. They always have talent. Louisiana is a good hotbed for players. So just to see what they're going to look like, I would love, believe it or not, and again, this is almost like a mirror image of the FAMU South Carolina State game, being that McNeese, who looked horrible in the first half last week and ended up turning around in the second half, again, them having that game beforehand, and this is his first game of the season, it kind of gives you cause to pause and say, even if Southern probably had a chance to win, now you're talking about making that week jump from week 1 to week 2 for McNeese, what this going to look like. I really wish it was the first game for both teams. I think it'll be a more equal footing in that regard. But this game's in Baton Rouge, right, BJ? I think.
That's Lake Charles.
Okay. And so that's the only thing. I really want to see what Southern's going to look like, because I really want to see what we'll do as a conference this year, being that we went from last year breaking in a lot of new quarterbacks, and for some odd reason in the second year, which is this year, we're doing the same thing again, which is kind of odd, and it's not normal in college football. But outside of that, it's kind of hard for me to want to get up to see Valley, Tennessee State. I expect Tennessee State to win that game for obvious reasons, but Valley has that tight end. I want to see what they do at quarterback. That tight end at Valley has a legit weapon. Kid is a player. And Morgan State, I think it's kind of obvious that we'll all want to see what they can do on offense. And just like BJ stated, if they have something where they can even just get about 21, 22 points a game, if you factoring in what they did defensively last year, if they have any carryover on that, you pretty much can wrap up the MEAC to them. I'm serious. And I think it'll come down between them and North Carolina Central. But I don't know enough about Texas Southern to really comment, because they got a lot of new stuff coming in there with Chris Dishman as head coach. But I don't know, man. Chris Dishman, him and Bubba McDowell were teammates, so maybe he might have some on him. Who knows?
That's fair. I would just say that's fair. That's not bad. But go ahead, finish up.
But out of those, I would definitely roll with South Carolina State and FAMU.
You know what? I kind of have what you felt about Southern and McNeese is how I feel about FAM and South Carolina State. Even though I'm curious to see what South Carolina State is going to look like, I do think that FAMU does have the advantage of gotten the kinks out that game, that week 0, figuring out what they are defensively and coming into this game at home, you know what I'm saying, against South Carolina State. So that game is not really like that. I feel like FAMU should have that in the bag. I'm not going to lie. It's really Texas Southern and Prairie View for me. And I really would not even care about this game, but they're both starting brand new quarterbacks. And Lucas Cooley has never taken a snap in college football for his 3 to 4 years that he's been in college football. He's never started at like consistently, right? I think he has like 6 snaps as a quarterback. And then you got KJ Cooper, who's coming from JUCO, and you just don't know what this is going to look like. And so to me, if there was ever a time for Texas Southern to clip PV, this is the time to do that. You don't know what Dishman's bringing. They got a lot of returning players on Texas Southern on the defensive side of the ball. I'm super curious to see how this game works, and I'm super curious to see how Anthony Whedon and Lucas Cooley bond as OC and quarterback. So I'm very curious about that. And for me, honestly, I want to see this Southern and McNeese game, because I think there's a lot of similarities between McNeese and Jackson State of what they like to do and what they do, right? So Cliff McDowell is a very mobile guy. He can sometimes he's a little iffy on the throws. I think Jacobian is a better thrower, but running, Cliff is a better runner than Jacobian. And I with the running game, and I like to see how that front 7 holds up against McNeese and what they like to do. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. And then offensively, what does Noah Biden look like, right? Because he's really never really been given the reins. Even when he was at Grambling, he had those short games. I think he played like 2 or 3 games close to the end. And then you had Blood, and you have Rashawn McCray and things like that. So this is his first time that it's his team, to see what he looks like and to see what they're working with. And you have Quay Davis now at Southern as well, who's been a product of Jackson State, been a product of Texas Southern. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. The Morgan State and Hampton game, I'm only curious for 2 things: Christopher Zealous and Elijah Burris. I want to see what those guys look like year 2 playing together, because they're special. Christopher Zealous, he's a turnover machine, but both of those guys are explosive. They're special. So that's really what it is. Valley's what Valley is. Tennessee State gonna murk them. That ain't nothing too. But I'm that what is it, like Labor Day Classic? Yeah, the Labor Day Classic. I'm really curious because I want to see what Lucas Cooley looks like. I really do. I want to see what KJ Cooper. I want to see what these quarterbacks look like because it's going to come down as always to who has the better quarterback play. And like you said, who you said before you lost the game to ULM is who wins the turnover battle, right? Like whoever wins the turnover battle is usually going to win those games. All right, last thing before we get up out of here, guys. Game of the week. Alabama State, NCCU. You already know BJ got family on both sides of the fence. He got family in Bama State. He got family on Alabama A&M. Can't wait to hear your opinion. I know your dad is down there already. Zoe, I know how there's no Andrew Body slander on this channel, okay? I just be very clear about that. There ain't no Andrew Body slander. So be very mindful of what you're saying when you talk about my guy. But want to hear you guys.
Actually, there's only so much I can actually even say on the game.
Why is that?
Because we're around the block tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations. Yes, you guys will be in Miami to preview this game as well. So save your pick for around the block but just, hit me with the Kirk Herbstreit, right? You break it down, but just don't give me no pick. All right. Yeah. So BJ, what you got?
Oh man, I think it's gonna be very interesting. I think for Alabama State, man, you have not been in this type of spotlight since 2010, right? That was the last time they went to a SWAC championship game. You haven't come into a season with these type of expectations, honestly, since around about that time. It's been a long time, about 20 years, since Bama State has come into a season with this kind of hype. And there's a lot of hype down there. A lot of Hornets made the trip to Miami. My dad said he's very surprised with the amount of people that traveled down there. And I think the people from the OBC, man, they came up with a hell of a matchup. A lot of people talking about them losing FAMU and losing that Jackson State matchup, but you couldn't have drew this one up better. If you're Alabama State, have you guys seen that Dr. Pepper commercial where they started talking about the hype train? They said all aboard the hype train. You lose this one, the hype is gonna be just like the commercial. The hype train is all aboard, get off. Like it's going to be like that because Alabama State didn't have history to fall back on. There's not like a Jackson State or Southern or Grambling who's used to being in the spotlight.
Yeah,
this is like Haley's Comet for the people down in Montgomery. It only come around once ever so often. So I think for Alabama State, the key thing is going to be this. Number one, you're going to have to control the football. Control the football, establish the run. If you can run the ball against North Carolina Central, that bodes well for you. If you look at the games that they lost, Howard, and in the playoffs, those teams, Richmond, those teams ran the football effectively against North Carolina Central. If you can't run it and they make you one-dimensional, you fall right into their hands. Number two, make them earn everything. Do not let them manufacture points. I mean, don't turn the ball over. No pick sixes, block punts, muff punts, any of that stuff, man. Make them earn everything. And then number three, man, Andrew has to be Andrew. As much as we've talked about Andrew Body and what he's done, what he did 2 years ago, a lot of people are like that Janet Jackson son. What have you done for me lately? I know you used to do stuff for me, but what have you done for me lately? I think for Andrew, you're in a position where you got a lot around you. You're not going to be asked to do a lot, but when you get called upon, you got to deliver. And I want to see if that happens. If Alabama State does that, I think Alabama State walks out of there victorious. So if I had to pick it right now, I will roll with the Hornets.
BJ kind of took something I was going to say, but it's a great point. I don't think most people even understand. Bear in mind with this game, this is the preseason pick SWAC champion versus MEAC champion. Now you have that going into this game. Also noting that I was going to mention about Alabama State is, being that they have their history and there's a buzz, no, it's cheesy, around them going into this season, being that they're picked to win the conference, they're on a high right now that they haven't had. And like most things, you want a slow build to something. For them to have this type of high this early in the season, I hate to even say this, but it has the feeling of a must-win game for them. Because if they don't win this game, being that you're on this high, it's going to be hard to, you know what I'm saying, trust me, I get it. It's the perception of it and the energy of it. It's a non-conference game, and all their goals are still ahead of them, and we get that. But it's different when you're the pick champion of a conference facing the champion of another conference, and you're supposed to meet up. These same two teams are supposed to meet up at the Celebration Bowl, right? And so they have a high. And to BJ's point, it's not like Grambling or Southern or Jackson State where this is the norm or what you're kind of used to. This is rare for us. That's why it's ratcheted up even more, because we're in foreign territory this early in the season. Also, we have our favorite son as the head coach who's been on a slow build, and now we're at this crescendo. You see what I'm saying? And so if we don't win, then it's going to be deflating, because if I'm not mistaken, BJ, you probably answer this. Who's the next opponent after this game?
Miles College.
And they lost them last year. Yeah. And so now you got to get back up for that game. I know it's a D2 opponent, but you got to get back up for that game because you lost them last year. And so that's going to be a deflating thing. Now, when it comes to Central, they have a quarterback, you know what I'm saying, who has some experience in that program, you know what I'm saying? And they have good pieces. But it's one thing, and I hate to say this because I know it's common in football, but to BJ's point, if Alabama State can run the ball, the other part that you could take from that, you know how you negate that? Turnovers. And in this game, in the Orange Blossom Classic in particular, turnovers have been key in every game. And it's been turnovers in every Orange Blossom Classic. And so, again, you take that with, you know what I'm saying, a brand new quarterback, you know what I'm saying, on one end, in a brand new office with a brand new team, and now we got more continuity on one side. And I know people may think I'm going to go one way, but I may surprise you tomorrow. But the thing is, you have where you can go either way. But turnovers, because they've been so vital and important. When Jackson State, when we blew out FAMU, you look at how many turnovers FAM had. You know, you look at the last season, the turnovers that we had when, you know what I'm saying, early on. We opened up with an opening kickoff return for a touchdown, and then we got behind, you know what I'm saying, with another turnover that actually helped put the score up, and we were clawing back the whole entire time. You go back to Shador's freshman season, we win that game. I think it was 7-6. I think it was
7-6. Yeah, block field goal.
Shador had 3 turnovers. I mean, fumbles that he actually ended up recovering, but we actually also had a fumble in that game as well. And we lost. In that first game, we lost the turnover battle, but won the game. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a style defense. So again, turnovers are going to be very, very vital in this game, and they always have been. But it's going to be a damn good game. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a damn good game. I really, really do. There's continuity on Central's part. I like the quarterback. He has some success against Valley. He has some other prior games under his belt, so he's not coming in totally green. And then, like I said, we got Body coming in, and I mean, Quads is kept. I'm hearing about a backup even behind Body. That's a pretty good player as well. They're saying they may play, so we'll see. And but again, turnovers going to be key. And whoever has the greatest success running the ball, I think the team that has the better rushing performance will probably end up winning this game. So whoever rushes for the most yards, time of possession will be key, and keep the turnovers low. I think those are going to be 3 things that's going to be most important to determine the winner of this game.
Maybe I'm going to be like super cliche, but I think it's who's scoring touchdowns over who's getting field goals. Like, because you can run the ball and you get what I'm saying? Like, you can run the ball, you can establish it, and you can have, but if you get into that red zone, you can't put it in. You know what I'm saying? You can't plug it in. So, and like you said, we've seen games like that at the OBC to where, the 7-6 and it just be a slugfest back and forth. And then we've seen the blowouts as well. This is my thing. This, to me, I gotta value the coaching of Trey and Matt Leone. They're like the Wonder Twins. They just work well together, right? It's just like he's a defensive guy. he's an offensive guy, and they just work well together. And for me, having a quarterback in your system for 2 to 3 years and he's waited his turn, I appreciate that. Because I'm not saying it always works that way, because FAMU had that situation, but they went with Daniel. I like that, right? The kid earned his stripes. He went through the system. He waited his turn, and now it's his turn. And they know this kid. They know what he can and cannot do. They've seen him in practice multiple times. He just needs the game reps to make it happen. But for me, it comes down to NCCU's D-line and Alabama State's O-line, because NCCU's D-line has been it was ass last year.
Yeah, the interior D-line is bad. It was bad.
It's been bad. And if anything, Trey Oliver should have known this season, I got to shore that up. I got to put some big boys on that front. Got to go 4-2-5 or, a flex 3-3-5 or whatever you want to do it, a hybrid, however. But you gotta shore that up. Now on the Alabama State side, I don't know what I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what Chris Barnett and Andrew Body looks like. I know what a Matt Leone offense looks like, and I know what Walker Harris could potentially look like, because I've seen him play against UCLA. I've seen him play against Valley, so I can kind of guess what that's going to look like. Yeah. When you're talking about a Chris Barnett and Andrew Body mix, we do not know what that looks like. We don't know how it's going to look like. And the same thing you said about ULM, Joe, about adversity. What does it look like when adversity hits you and Chris Barnett is yelling at Andrew, or he's telling Andrew a certain thing, or he doesn't trust Andrew, because maybe Andrew threw a pick, or maybe Andrew fumbled, or maybe Andrew missed a pass, and now your offensive play caller, he's tight, because now he's calling plays tight, because he's like, damn, can I trust Drew? Can he bounce back? I don't know what. You have all those question marks. So I like that this is the first game for both guys. Nobody's coming off a week 0 matchup and getting the kinks out. This is, hey, we're going to this game to me is going to come down who has the best coach. Who can make the adjustments when the adjustments need to be made throughout the game? Because it's not just halftime adjustments. It's that mid-third quarter adjustment. It's that end of the fourth quarter adjustment. What is this game going to look like? And for me, I'm leaning towards NCCU. I trust Trey Oliver. I trust Matt Leone. I trust what they have built there in NCCU. And I don't think Alabama State is less talented. I just think it's going to take them time to get it going. And this is just a wrong matchup for them. So I got NCCU winning this game. I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's like going to be 28-24, 28-21, something like that. But yeah, I got this one going like that.
And Scotty, I think if this ball game, if Bama State loses this game and it's a close one, I think that hype remains there because of what North Carolina Central has been. I can make an argument for the last 2 years. North Carolina Central has been the bell cow for HBCU football.
Absolutely.
They finished the last two seasons ranked inside of the top 15. They have a Celebration Bowl title and an FCS playoff appearance. They've won 9 games or more. The last two seasons. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, keep it a gangster. So if this game is a 24-21, I think that Bama State people walk out of there with their heads held high and looking forward to work their way to see NC Central again. But if NC Central blows their doors off, I think the hype train get off. Get off. Because the thing about this is so unique. When you see teams in this position, usually they've done something to get here. Not saying that Alabama State hadn't done anything, but they don't have a SWAC championship appearance. They don't have, there's things that they don't have that usually put you in this position. So it kind of feels odd. It feels odd anyway because it's Bama State in this position, but it feels odd because you can't point to anything to say, hey, they did this. But when you look at it, last year Bama State beat Southern, Grambling, Jackson State, came close to beating FAMU. They've beaten the people that they're supposed to beat. Their fan base. We talk about Alabama A&M's fan base. Alabama State quietly probably has like the third largest fan base in the SWAC. When you look at the attendance and stuff, they're up there now. So they've quietly grown that program. Now you see if you can put the finishing touches on it, which is add some hardware, something that they have not been able to do since 2004.
Let me throw this to y'all real quick. And I'm gonna throw it to you. I'm gonna throw a question out, Zoe. You can answer my question, then you can go into your soliloquy. Watching the Willie Simmons saga of getting beat by Jackson, and then when you the big dog, you run the table. I think there's Alabama State fans who are looking at that track record because Eddie's in the same boat. 6-5, 7-4, 8-3, and now you're the big dog. You're pick number one. That you gotta live in that expectation. You got to live there. So my question is that Willie Simmons track record a hindrance to Eddie Robb? Because if I'm Alabama State fans, I'm like, damn, Willie just did it. Everybody knew he had to win the championship, and now he won it. You got to put that on your own, coach. What you got, Joe?
I don't think it's a hindrance, but I definitely say it won't help him. And it's a different aura to Eddie Robinson than it was to Willie Simmons. And remember, Eddie Robinson is an alum. He's a beloved son returning back to his alma mater. And he wasn't in coaching. And he has had a slow build. And so we all say, what? Comparison is the thief of joy. And so, again, naturally, we're going to compare it because FAMU did it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, if they could do it, we could do it. But I'm not going to say it's a hindrance. It just doesn't help his cause. BJ made a good point. I spoke to, them saying being that it's so high they lose, it could be deflating. But BJ makes another good point because I didn't look at that. You can say it's how if they were to lose, if it is a valiant effort and it's a close game and they lose, then yeah, they can leave that game saying, well, you know what? This was we showcased the two champions or perceived champions. We'll catch y'all in December, and they can actually leave there with that. You know what I'm saying? But also to your point, I'm not going to say. Look, I'm not inside with Alabama State, but I don't, in my own opinion, I don't see how he can leave this game. And let's say he doesn't make the championship game because of what Alabama State was prior to him getting there, and it has been a slow build, and there's been some consistency there. I don't think if he doesn't get to the SWAC championship game, was like now he's on a hot seat. I think that's ludicrous because prior, even before him getting there, the closest thing they had to any type of sustained success, and it wasn't even what he was doing, was when they had Barlow, and Barlow wasn't doing what he's doing right now. Not with expectations and the feeling and the awe around the program. But I think if he comes in, and I believe they have 12 games too. I mean, let's say he doesn't make the SWAC championship game, but hell, what if they're 8-4? What if they're 9-3 and don't make it to the SWAC championship game? I mean, I still think you could transition from now. Now, granted, if he does that, now next year is going to be crazy because now you elevate again to another level, and now you are going to sit there and say, well, hell, you won 9 games last year. You're going to recruit again. Oh, this year you got to do it. Yeah, because now that is a crescendo. You are on an upward track. Because what's those numbers? 6, 7, something else, and then 9. The next thing is championship. Yeah. But I don't think that he has to get there and he has to win. We all would want to, but I think what he's doing it the right way. He's taking the stairs. And damn, I mean, if he gets 9 dubs this year and win that Madison City Classic, I mean, he's coming back comfortably.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that. What you got?
But I don't think it's a hindrance. I just think it's something that he don't need. It works against him, but I don't think it's a hindrance for him.
The way that schedule sets up, if they were to get this one and they get Miles and they start building momentum, and if they can get Alabama has a stretch on that schedule that's unbelievably tough. Like they got a stretch that where it's like FAMU, Madison City Classic, Alcorn,
and
Grambling, Prairie Review, like all right there at once. Like that's going to be the stretch that people really need to be focused on. But one of the things that I've talked to some of the kids on that football team, and they said that they are focused on the next game is the most important game. Just 1 week at a time. Just do it 1 week at a time. But I will say this: if Alabama State were to win the East, a championship game in Montgomery, they're the SWAC champions. You're not winning there. I don't give a damn who you is. You're not winning there if they go to a championship game. I'm sorry, you're not. It's a wrap. They won it.
Give it to them. Give them the trophy right now.
You're not beating them in Montgomery.
That's gonna be crazy. In that stadium, oh my God.
Yeah,
oh my
but
God.
I
That
mean, look,
club-
I'm
club
on
will
record
be
saying it's the best road game in the swag. I'm on record saying it.
Yeah, I got
it was hell for y'all to get out of there 2 years ago. So it was they got us last year. It was hell. I think people think Bama State of old. That place is a tough place to win.
So
Bam, you was about to find that out October the 5th. That is a tough place to win. And they was tough when they weren't good. They good. It was tough when they weren't good. They good now.
Oh man, listen. Oh, last points, guys, before we get up out of here. Anything that you're looking forward to see, like your last point that you're looking for week one to finish up, like hey, just want to see this or just want to see that. Zoe, real quick, and make sure you plug out your show, Zoe, as well.
Look, man, honestly, contrary to what people think, man, I really want to see us do something conference. Just for the aura of the conference to see something, and even if it's a loss, because again, it is non-conference, just to see good competitive football. I know we say that we want to schedule games and schedule better. I just want to see something where we can see some competitive balance, where the aura of the mystique could get back to what it was that BJ and I know was what it was in the mid to early 90s, to where we have great competitive football. That's really what it is, because again, until we get that, the perception will be like we're just having the best of the worst, and we're trying to get out of that to have good competitive football. Good. But again, that's why I'm hoping to see Southern pull out something against McNeese. I'm hoping that FAMU beat South Carolina State. We need these, even if they are FCS opponents, we definitely need to win those. So just want to see a good showing. And yeah, man, I'll be down in Miami live. We have Around the Block. It's going to be a great comprehensive HBCU show on with HBCU Plus and Urban Edge. Come check us out. I believe we'll be on live at 10 a.m. I believe, as well as Nick Eden will come on an hour before us. We'll be set up outside, man. Y'all can tune in. We start officially on September 10th, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. And this is not a Jack State show. So it's a straight up and down HBCU show. We're going to talk ball, and we actually be doing something here with the compadres here as well. We'll probably announce later on. No, I think Scott, you already mentioned that. But we just straight up HBCU ball. We're affiliated with a lot of different entities that's attached with ESPN. So we're going to have great dialogue and great stats and info to give you guys as well. So tune in. This is it's going to be a very well comprehensive show. We're going to really break down the Orange Blossom Classic in a different light with different data that we have contacts with. And that's it, man. Give you an hour some good hard-nosed football talk, man.
That's what's up. What you got, BJ?
Man, this is finally here. I can finally say that. There's no more talking about the transfer portal. Who got what coaches where, blah, blah, blah. We gonna do this. Now it's time to show it.
Yeah.
All right. There was a lot of people that we claimed they were all Americans, and I'm talking about across the board. It wasn't just Jackson State folks, it's Southern folks and Bama State folks and A&M folks. A lot of people that we gave paper All-American honors to, and now it's time to show up and show out. All right. So I am very excited that HBCU football is back. I will tell you that there's no brand of football that's more exciting than college football of the HBCU variety. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing our teams compete. And like Zoe said, man, I want to see us win these non-conference games. All right. I don't root for Jackson State ever. But I rooted for them yesterday because I wanted to see the SWAC get their first FBS win since 1985, right? And if you think that 1985 wasn't that long ago, I was born in 1985. I have a mortgage and I'm married with 2 kids, okay? All right. Yeah. So I wanted to see the SWAC do that, but I always tell people this: winning non-conference games helps everybody. Winning conference games only helps you. So if you want the SWAC's perception to change, if we want to be seen in the same light as the MEAC, we can say whatever you want to say about the MEAC. They bands ain't jamming, they don't tailgate like we do, all this other stuff. But when you get in between them lines, they play football. And at the end of the day, that's what it matters. Football. They ain't talking about attendance. We ain't talking about who showed up, where, how many fans showed up. We're talking about football, right? So we want our football product to be better than anybody else's. And it starts this weekend. Also, man, check us out, man. HBCUnightly.com. We on Sunday nights, man. Make sure you go to the website, man. Subscribe. So when I drop this heat in the news, you got it. You can read it. Man, like I said, man, just check out the whole network, man. And I'm out.
All right. Hey, man, listen, guys, you already know what it is. I appreciate it. Appreciate that my guys jumping on, doing this HBCU live, trying to get this more consistent as we can. Perry had to referee game, so that's why Perry's not on here. He out there helping the young whippersnappers, you know what I'm saying? He might need to get a job with the swag.
He can't do no work. He can't do no work.
Perry take his job seriously now. He be out there, you know, his braids be nice and tight.
Man, he ain't gonna throw no flag when Southern playing.
You know what I'm saying? But he's out there referencing. So, man, shout out to P. Man, and guys, listen, man, I'm super excited to see the parity that we've all talked about, that we all know this is the year of parity in the SWAC. You have some people who are living in fantasy world thinking they're going to be FBS teams, and that's cool. And then you got other people who think they just going to run the table and do what they do, and that's cool, right? But this is the year of parity. I think you're going to see a lot of games of like, wow, I can't believe that game was that close, or wow, I can't believe they lost that game. And I think he's going to start with week ones. And I'm just excited to see what it looks like. But listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'ma holla. God bless. Make sure y'all go to the mass meeting. Go over there to the mass meeting and check what they gonna
light
be
some
crying
candles or something.